Good morning, everybody. Here we are, Temple Take Two. Let's keep it big. Oh, maybe not that big though. And okay, there's our space. Um, okay. So yesterday we started off with the cliff wall. Okay, back up. I'm gonna make another cliff temple, much like yesterday. But yesterday I wasn't super happy with the results, and I think I kind of learned some of the things I wanted to work on to make it better. Um, so, learning experience, all good and all that. And yesterday I started with the cliff wall, and I actually think that was a mistake. I think that was one of my. Um, I think it's more important to start with the actual temple entrance space, and then from there, it's pretty easy to put a cliff on the other side of it afterward. Um, so, so what I'm going to do instead is start with an assumption that instead of just being completely stuck on the outside of this cliff, that this temple is built into a little bit of an inset into the cliff wall on a flat plane, and it might stick out a little bit afterward, but that it's going to start with a ground plane. I think that'll help us get the design to feel more, well, grounded. We as human beings are not used to seeing buildings stuck to the side of mountains, and it just didn't look right. And part of that might have been my fault, and part of it might have just been the design. So let's try it this way and see what happens. Layer 1, decrease the res. I don't need it nearly that high. Decrease it again. This is just going to be my ground plane. I want it to be mushy and very low res. So that's about as low res as it possibly needs to be, I think. So yeah, we lost all those like nifty little rock striations. On the other hand, we probably brought it down to, 50,000 polygons instead of 500. So, and it's just going to be a ground. So that's cool. That's all we need. Set the move tool to be our alternate tool. Active layer only. I'm going to bring up the inner radius to right there. And I'm going to just drag it and increase the size of our ground a little bit more. And I'm not going to worry too much about the backside because we're going to put a rock around this thing. If you like it, put a rock on it, yeah, or something like that. So there's our edge. Yeah, so this will be the inset, and then we'll put like a cave kind of up around here like this. But this will be the starting point for our temple. I am once more going to try to use grid snap. And see if we can make it start where we want it to be. Okay, and shrink it down. And let's change the color so I can see it. Just gonna create a platform. Why does it not line up right? There's something off with grid snap. I'm sorry. That's not correct. No. Something's just not right with that. I'm actually gonna, let's undo. Go away. I'm gonna do a new layer anyway. We have them. I'm so used to not having a whole bunch of them from back when there only was a limit of 20 that I don't see what's up with that. That's not a grid, guys. Is it because it's not even? I don't know. But great, that's where I want to be. But why is it not going straight up? What's the bump there? Okay. Is it because my thing's not lined up properly? I don't know. I'm very confused. I'm getting a lot of that's what he said from my girlfriend right now. But look at that. Like, what the fuck? It's not right. Come on, medium. Don't do me this way. This is supposed to be a grid, and yet it's not. Grumble, grumble, fucking grumble. Screw this. If it's not going to work, we're not going to bother with it. We're just going to do it on our own. We'll use the line tool and line it up. But I am very disappointed. I am most disappointed with this grid tool so far. Yeah, exactly. I want a refund, as Maria says. How much did I pay for it? Nothing. Came with my tool, but fuck it. Let's just. What the fuck is this? Is done some bullshit, man. There we go. There's some definite weirdness going on in this thing. Oh, let's see. Oh, I bet you this one's almost out of batteries. Looks like it's low. That might be part of my problem. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm going to switch the battery on my controller. I'll be right back. Okay. New battery added. Are we better off? Seems like we are once again capable of moving at least. Cool. Okay, so screw it. Wait, we're on our own layer, so I'm just gonna draw a line. And then let's do it the cheaty way. I say cheating, but it's not cheating. We're just gonna duplicate that layer. I duplicate it now. Duplicate it. Manipulate it and move it. And we're gonna drag it that way. So, okay, that does not. It's something about how the axis is set up. It's not happy with me. I don't know. I'm just going to delete that layer again. This is my. Let's just do it sketchy. Fuck it. I'm kind of pissed off with this tool at the moment, though. I have to admit, it's not doing what I want it to do. There's nothing really more frustrating to me than a tool that isn't working right. Okay, so that's going to be our stand for where we're going for Temple. So let's kind of set it into the ground a little bit. Okay, and then fuck it, we'll just do it by eye. Let's try doing it with a new layer. Just to see if I can. I want to get a 90-degree angle if I can, which is relatively difficult on your own. But dupe it, manipulate it, move it, drag it over, bring it back. Okay, good enough. Now let's merge those two layers, duplicate them again, and then move them this way. So we're cheating. We don't, but see, but yeah, you can now tell that it's not lined up right because that's not square, because otherwise that should be even. You fucking fuck. Okay, whatever. So those should now be even if the ground plane is not. Just gonna line it. Probably worrying too much about it anyway, but there we go. Yeah, two things I've yet to have great results with in this tool are the grid tool and the paint on surface. Neither one works worth a damn for me so far. Oh well. Okay, so we got just a box, and that's going to be where we're starting from. I'm going to turn off line constraint now and just try to draw a little bit more of what I want it to be as a starting point. So I want the entrance to be like there-ish, like that. Yep. And I think I actually want to have an outward thing like this. There we go. And then maybe the door will be there. Just gonna kind of think of this as a sketch layer again. Door is there, and I'm gonna want kind of steps like this, I think. Down to there. Something like that. And then, am I outside my space? Yes, I'm outside my space. Okay, and then kind of like a stupa thing there. And another one there. And then, let's go like that. This one's gonna go like that. I kind of stopped worrying too much about being, am I outside? I'm outside of the grid. Okay. How do I get outside of everything? Can I select, and then no. I want to move it. Oh, I wish there was a way to do this. Fine, just go to the new layer. And it's going to be, yep, I'm centered correctly for it. So there, and then there. And then if I merge those two together, nope, doesn't work. Okay, well, give it another layer then. Weird. Having one of those days. This tool sometimes, every tool sometimes can be a pain in the butt. So then we have that kind of coming in, and it's pretty straightforward looking. It's not super sexy yet. I kind of want like maybe, I don't know, like a statue. Maybe I'm not feeling those yet. I don't want to jump straight into surfacing this yet because I kind of did that yesterday and I got a little ahead of where I wanted to be. I kind of want to figure out how this thing works still first. Cross. Something there. That's kind of cool. Like yeah. And then again, it's gonna be a pain in my butt. New layer. I'll go to this layer because it covers the whole thing. Yeah. Down, cross, down, like that. So I'm on a new layer, so I can do this in the whole thing. One of the ideas I had for this race, this is the guys that essentially they're all one gender. I hesitate to say male or female, but they're one gender when alive, and then when they die, their bodies allow a fertilization and new children to be born. So they essentially have sex with the dead, and that's how they propagate. And then because of that, I kind of had this idea where like you would grow up like this in your day life as a living person, and then there's the notion of a state change to a dead person, so that this kind of T shape could be a repeating motif, because then the partner to this person would go like that, right? So same thing happens with them. So you have this sort of overlapping T shape that goes across like that. It's kind of a neat motif to play with. So I'm trying to find ways to put that into here as well. One of the things I thought about was to do it kind of like so that the walls kind of did that and they were across like that. So we'll have kind of this T outside shape here like that. So we have And then on the outside, maybe there, and across there, and across there. See, I'm still being very loose and sketchy. Um, but like a platform like that could be kind of cool. And the same thing, doing the same thing on the other side, right? So, yeah, it's roughly about there. Across and down, and then on the outside, up to there and across. And that's going to be our overlap. I want that to sort of be a repeating motif shape for these guys whenever I can come up with a good place to put it. Is you got a T and then another T, and it should actually overlap down a little bit too. And then cross, cross. Yeah, all right. It's starting to get more interesting already. Bring it down a little bit there. And down a little bit there. And that's, yeah, okay, that automatically just makes it cooler looking. And then maybe we'll do the same kind of X marks the statue thing here. I'm just going to place this very imprecise way to find the center. Place a statue thing there. And that could also have, should not be a vertical, it should be a T. And that's going to be our vibe. So maybe that's kind of the basis behind our temple. We could do some like pillars, but maybe instead of pillars, again, same thing, like up, T, double pillar, like that. Yeah, liking it. We'll do that, I think. And then stair on both sides or one side? I think just one side. All right, so that's going to be our sketch layer. It starts, is it 4? It was on 4, 2. That's all of it, right? Yeah, okay. So merge those together. Merge. See if it'll do it right. There's not that much geo, but I really like Medium2, but there are a few things that I'm hoping get kind of fixed in future versions. They did do a little bit of helping me, but for a while there, you couldn't exit the program. You would try to exit and it would just sit there and hang for forever, and that was kind of annoying. All right, so let's save. And personal, sure. Clear, cliff, Temple 2. Save it. Okay. So now let's start to fill in these shapes, make them better. I kind of want it to be rough stone, so I don't really want a super even surface to it. Not that one. I want one like this. It's flat. Do I have? Is there? These are the pre-built ones. They're awesome, but I don't want one. I kind of want one that wasn't cracked. Well, we'll use the cracked one. I'm gonna go with a new layer. And how big can I go? I'm gonna decrease the res on it so I can go bigger. And I'm gonna change the color just to something so I can see it well. Paste that in. I'm gonna, yeah, have to cut this one. Paste that in. cut it down, get it in there. Okay. Now, maybe we'll go with the line constraint. Let's try to line it up so it's right. Down the center of that thing. It's not, and vertically it's about right. Cool. Okay, and then, no, how did I not get it right? There, okay. And there, okay. And then, let's see, there and there. Okay, and one more time with feeling. No, not quite, it's hard to see. There and there. Okay, so that's our basic wall in. Now, I'm going to actually leave that as just a pillar. So let's shrink down. Take it, go away. Take it across here. Like that. And then same thing on this side. Not quite. Close enough. Okay. Alrighty then. Now, floor part? Yeah, let's do the floor part here. Seems like it lines up pretty well. Shrink down. Yeah, good enough. And actually, let's do that. That'll help me a lot. Don't need the ground right now, so just turn it off so we can just see the building. Okay, yes, this is already feeling better to me than yesterday, so yay. I'm gonna turn it upside down for the roof. Actually, I'm gonna go with a new layer and a new color. I'm gonna place that, and that way. That way. No. Undo. Take the erase all the way up. There we go. Like butter. Oh, I love the move tool so hard. That's like the best part of this software, in my opinion. Shrink it down. Drag it across. Erase it back. Oh. Okay. Roof's coming well. Actually, let's do it again. Select the whole thing. Okay. You're back. Okay. Cut that in there. All right, so we got a roof on that part. I'm gonna want a roof on here as well. Let's go with a new layer because it's gonna be easier to manipulate it. and with a slightly different color so I can see. And place it here, and then drag it across, and kill that. And place it, no, I want to be on the other side. Place it here, adjust the start point. I think we're going to have to do a bit of cleanup probably to fix these edges, but that's fine. Clear that off. Right, okay, so we have something now. I think I'm going to stay on the, no, fuck it, we'll go to another new layer. I got dozens now, there's no need to worry about it. And should get down, another new color. And I think this time, instead of moving, I'm just going to try to paint it in. Get a bit more of an organic feel to it. Okay. And might be time to turn off the sketch layer now, which is layer 4. Yeah, cool. Not quite there, but we're getting real close now. Fill that in. Even that a bit. Kind of like leaving it loose and rocky looking like that. Put the sketch layer back on. And cool. Let's go build those pillars. I'm just going to use this. It's a very simple. No need to reinvent the wheel. Pillar. 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 And pillar. And sure I have them there. I want to see them like that. And I don't know, we're going to get to the back. I think I'm probably going to cover most of this back up with a cliff wall, but we'll put it there. Okay, so there's that. And then we should do the same thing here. Okay. Okay, so now we turn back off 4 again. And yeah, cool. Let's pull this back out. Drag that down a little bit. Might be time to bring the ground back in so I can see where it is. Let's do that actually. Turn back on the ground. Yeah, things touching. Looks good. Looks good. I need a stair and I need a doorway here. I think, speaking of ground, because of that stairway. Whoa, no, don't do that. Okay. Layer 1. Let's pull it out a bit more. Give me a bit more ground to play on before I need to carve away at it. Okay, so we want some kind of a stair. Now, can we do that with this piece? That would be really cool if we could kind of, again, do that. Oh, we don't want to be on that layer though. Let's go to a new layer. So, stair. I'm even gonna do single. do a little flatter too. There's that T shape that I like and want to keep going with. I can decide to either make these longer. Not a bad idea. Yeah, all right. So it's a strange stairway, but that's not so bad. I kind of want to emphasize that these are not human beings too. So, whoa, no, too much. There we go. So it doesn't, and it's not supposed to be easy to get up here either. This is a temple to test one's righteousness, right? So there we go. There's our stairway up. Now I need some kind of an arch here. Again, dual, and then so yes, and then again across. So kind of using that motif shape again in a way I like. Okay. Yep. I'm liking it. Okay, let's see. That layer. Turn off single. I may not actually use this as a doorway. Like I might keep it closed. There's no necessarily a need to have it be a gaping hole, but there's also not a need to have it a gaping hole. So we'll see. So that's kind of how that would look from there. Okay. All right. So another new layer. And let's go back. I'm going to turn my sketch layer back on. Okay, so I can place that dude there. I'm going to do a single again. Go away. Single. I'm not on layer 4, am I? No, I'm on layer 13. Good. There we go. And there we go. And there we go. There we go. Like this one. Let's just straighten up a little bit. Cool. Cool. Yeah. All right. Now, this here, I don't know what I want to do with that yet. I kind of wouldn't mind having like a human-esque figure on the top. I think I'm going to place that pillar there first so I can know where it's going to go. Oh, okay. So that, again, there's our shape we're coming from. This is definitely feeling better to me. Oh, I need a wall on that side. Oops. Let's do that now. Is this one starting to go dead too now? It seems like it's okay right now. I think I might need to recalibrate my spaces. I think my touch sensors may well have been moved slightly, and I think that also could be causing me an issue. Turn off single. Continuous. I want to come back enough that it doesn't line up directly to that. Cool. Okay, there's a wall on that side. Just fill it in, just because I'm picky. There we go. On this side, again, let's kind of go along with that thing. And then there we go. All right. Okay, so now I got a full building again. All right. So that was on that layer. What layer was that I was working on? That doesn't even matter. Okay. So now new layer. And I'm thinking, so my idea for these guys is that they're kind of essentially, okay, yeah, I think the battery's going on this one too. 1 second, guys, sorry. Come on, open up. There we go. I'm not a master at getting batteries out of things. Didn't have enough squeaky toys as a kid or something, I don't know. Okay. Battery replaced. At least it's easy to do. Okay. So now back into my space, bring it down. Come on. All right, cool. So now we're going to try and figure out what to do with this guy right here. First off, am I on his layer? No. No, I am. Just dragging him down a little bit further so he touches all the way. Okay. So I'm thinking they're an alien race, but they're kind of an alien race in the like anime sense of the word, where they look pretty human. At least to start with. So I might like that. And then let's actually don't want to do him here yet. I want to do him on his own layer, which I may have created for him already. And actually, let's see if we can decrease the res and make him bigger. And actually, we can go to this layer and adjust it because we're not using go away. Can I just adjust him? Should be able to. Why is he not? Manipulation. Freely manipulate the selected object. You bastard. Come on. Fine. Am I on a different layer? Am I on? Aye. What am I adjusting? Nothing. I don't know. We're going to delete it again. Add a new layer. Paste him. Now, there we go. Now we can make him bigger. Where's he at? Oh. He's got a weird, because he's not single. I apologize, guys. There we go. Okay, now, there we go. Now he's right. Just want to make him like upper body. He's kind of like hanging out here. Like that. And then we're going to go inside, around to the back, and we're going to literally kneecap him. There we go. I don't need any of that, so we're getting rid of all that. There's our guy, and let's adjust him a little bit, just for funsies. Let's turn on the elastic move. Let's see what we can do with him. I don't want to cone head him too much. I don't want him to feel necessarily human. And that's the classic Star Trek, give him a pointy back head, right? Shrink his groin. We're going to turn off elastic, take inner radius down, and do some adjusting. Okay. I didn't like what happened with the head there. Give him a longer neck. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. And hand. We're going to go with the deliberate kind of poking out kind of thing. There he is. Okay. Yep, I can live with that. Let's save real quick. Take stock of where we are real briefly. So we have our basic temple building built. We have the doorway in place to some level. We have a statue on top. We have our T's to represent the lifespan of these beings. We get the stairs that I like. I think on the inside here, and then on that layer, I'm just gonna pull this back more. No. More a corridor behind him. Did I adjust the front too much? Yeah, I did, damn it. Okay, I'll do it again. Or maybe I'll just add, yeah, fuck it, we'll just add more. That's just easier. There we go. So now corridor extends in a little bit, and then just for funsies, let's do that. And then drag that down. So now if you look in the front door, you go in and then there's a hall that goes down. So we've covered it up without having to actually hide anything, which I kind of like. All right, so now what else do we want to add? I think I want to try a new layer. I know we're shocked. And human anatomy. Do I have anything good? Yes. I have faces. Which one do I want to use? This is a male head. That's a female head. I can't really see why that is the case, but okay. And I'm going to go with another new color. And I want to put a face there. And a face there. I'm going to take this face. Adjust it. Okay. Then I want to take smooth brush and smooth it down so it doesn't really look too human anymore. Cool. And then I think again, I'm going to take this one and bring it in till it matches that better. Okay. Liking it a fair amount, actually. Okay, now let's go back to our very first level, layer 1, and select the move tool again, and give us a bit more here. We're going to start doing this. Actually, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to go to another new layer, decrease throws twice, pick a good rock. This one seems cool. Make it as big as I can make it. Let's change the color again. I'm going to try to rotate the brush around a fair bit so that I don't get the same rock, because I don't actually want to super smooth this one down too much, because I want it to feel rocky on this cave. And then the backside, I definitely decided I want to touch building like that. Okay. Move around. Yep, that's good. And then this side comes out. So just rotating and painting. And then, yep, that's close. I don't maybe want quite that close. But erasing it makes it cool anyway, so. Up and around. Need to fill that hole in. Okay. Yep. Okay, now up and down. I want to be so it's over the statue's head, but not a lot. From the inside. Okay. See, just adjusting as I spray. Okay. Yes, that's very much the look I was going for. Fill that in. Okay. And then it needs to kind of come out a little bit more here. Say like there. And then here, it gets up as far as I want it to go. And we're going to curve it that way. Okay. There is the basis of our temple. Now, let's do, again, fill this edge here. So that's as far out as our rock is going to go to. So we got this kind of indention in the side of what I'm now going to build as the cliff. Okay, let's save. It's getting pretty big, I'm sure. Let's go with another new layer. We're going to decrease it 4 times. We want it to be really tiny. This is as small as I can shrink this now. But I just want some vertical rocks. Where am I standing? Where am I standing in my room? Oh, there I am. Okay. It's easy to get lost in these things sometimes. So now we're just working on the cliff itself. Yeah, no, I don't want to go far down, but I do want to fill that in there. Thought I saw one more. Okay. And then, in case I want to shoot it from a bit of a distance, let's add some underneath so you can kind of indicate this is not on the ground. It goes down a lot. I think I'm going to change my rock to this one. Keep it large, but just to get a different rock texture going on. Okay. Yeah, okay. It feels smaller maybe than the other one. Like I didn't go outside. The last one kind of hung off the side of the cliff, and this one is obviously built into it. But I'm liking it, so that's fine. It's quite a large model. There we go, around the back. Swing it around. Straighten it up. So we are like on a cliffside, way far. I think I want to build this edge. I can't even shrink it down any more than that. So I'm going to make big sweeps with my arm. Fill it in. Fill it in. Okay. The same over here. I'll just get in. There we go. And I think anything beyond this space, what I'm thinking I will probably do now is use Octane and just throw a giant displacement map of a mountain sideways on the thing so that it'll kind of go, so that we could look at this thing from like far away. And you'd say, like, yeah, there's a temple there. And maybe put another mountain in front of it or something. But it's working for me. I like it. Let's save. I'm not even going to try to think about how big this thing is, but it's big. Oh, there's another hole. Probably want to fix that. Let's fill that in. I don't see any other gaping obvious holes. There's a small one. Don't really like that shape there. That's better. Just feels less. That was another hole. Right behind his head too. Okay. Yeah, so if you were standing here and this is like human size looking around, that's a big flipping cliff, which is good. Okay, yeah, so you're like, hi, I'm here. This is human height. Roughly speaking, there it goes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm still not 100% sure this is what I would want the final to be, but I'm liking it a lot more. Let's go down now that I've selected that again. Let's smooth this wall just slightly. It doesn't feel quite so like individual bricks. Okay, yeah, I like that more. And let's do the same for that, just a little. Yeah. Okay. I think it's more successful than the last one. This bump in his head bothering me. So let's go back to the move tool. Is that better? Or maybe I'm just going to actually clay. He's going to have had some damage. Battle damage. Carve into him a little bit. Not that much. A little bit of battle damage. No. No, actually let's add on instead of subtracting off there. I think that might give me more what I want. Refill that in a bit. I'm just going to throw some like pieces of, that's too even. Pieces of rock have fallen down off of him over the years. And there's our like shrine to the king. So the hero's gonna have to climb down here, go in there, and move forward from there. Let's see, go here. I'm gonna make that a little less even. With these tools, subtracting is often actually a better way to add form than adding. I think that helps a lot, just to kind of keep it, make it feel less the same. Okay. And let's do the same thing there. And select that color. Fill that in. I'm getting picky here now. I think that's where I want to be. Yeah, that's looking okay. Let's save. What do we think we're at for polys? I'm going to say we were at least 20 million polys. Let's see. Let's go to export. We're at 31 million polys. This has definitely gotten better than Medium 1, because Medium 1 would have choked like a mofo on that. Let's take it down to 10%. I don't have anything super high, so we'll take it to 3 million polys. We're going to export it that way. And do I want to give it textures? Normal map. This way I could take it into, what you call it, Octane better. Yeah, let's do this. Might take it a little while, but 8096. Now we'll go to 4096 and export. Cliff Temple2 to exports and export. This is going to take it a few minutes because we have to decimate it and then UV map it. So I imagine it's going to take us 20-30 minutes for this to be done. So I will stop now and then I'll bring it into either Keyshot or Octane and get a final render up and post it up on Facebook. I hope you've enjoyed to follow along with me as I've kind of messed with this. It's been fun, and I will see you again later. All right, bye-bye.